Introduction. Saudi Arabia is a country rich in history, culture, and natural resources. The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, also known as KSA, is one of the largest oil-producing countries in the world. The oil industry has been the cornerstone of the country's economy for decades, but in recent years, the Saudi Arabian government has been taking steps towards diversification. In this video, we will explore the history of Saudi Arabia's company and its journey towards economic diversification. The birth of the Saudi oil industry. The discovery of oil in Saudi Arabia in the 1930s was a turning point in the country's history. The American oil company, Aramco, was granted a concession to explore and extract oil in the country. Aramco played a significant role in developing the Saudi oil industry, and by the 1950s the country had become the world's largest oil exporter. Nationalization of the oil industry. In the 1970s the Saudi government began to nationalize its oil industry. The government gradually acquired a controlling interest in Aramco, which was eventually fully nationalized in 1980. The nationalization of the oil industry provided the Saudi government with greater control over its oil resources, and it also led to the creation of the Saudi Arabian Oil Company, or Saudi Aramco, which remains the largest oil company in the world. The economic impact of the oil industry has been the backbone of the Saudi Arabian economy for decades. The country's economy is heavily dependent on oil exports, and the revenue generated from oil exports has enabled the Saudi government to provide its citizens with generous welfare benefits. However, the country's dependence on oil exports has also made its economy vulnerable to fluctuations in the global oil market. The drive for diversification. In recent years, the Saudi government has been taking steps towards economic diversification. The government's Vision 2030 plan aims to reduce the country's dependence on oil exports and develop other sectors of the economy, such as tourism, entertainment, and technology. The government has also been investing in infrastructure projects, such as the construction of a new city called Neom, which is intended to be a hub for innovation and technology. Challenges and opportunities. The drive for economic diversification is not without its challenges. The country's conservative social norms and strict regulations have made it difficult for foreign investors to do business in the country. The lack of a skilled workforce in some sectors of the economy has also been a challenge. However, the Saudi government has been taking steps to address these challenges by introducing reforms and initiatives aimed at improving the business environment and developing the workforce. Saudi Arabia's journey towards economic diversification is a significant development in the country's history. The country's dependence on oil exports has made its economy vulnerable to fluctuations in the global oil market, and the drive for diversification aims to mitigate this vulnerability. While there are challenges to overcome, the Saudi government's Vision 2030 plan provides a roadmap for the country's economic future and presents opportunities for foreign investors to be part of the country's growth. As Saudi Arabia continues its journey towards economic diversification, the world is watching closely. The country's strategic location and abundant natural resources make it a key player in the global economy. The government's Vision 2030 plan, along with the introduction of economic reforms and initiatives, has already led to an increase in foreign investment and a growing number of business opportunities in the country. In addition to attracting foreign investment, the drive for economic diversification is also creating new opportunities for Saudi citizens. The government's efforts to develop sectors such as technology, and entertainment are creating new jobs and expanding the country's workforce. The government has also introduced initiatives aimed at promoting entrepreneurship and supporting small and medium-sized enterprises. However, there are still challenges that need to be addressed. One of the biggest challenges facing the Saudi economy is the high unemployment rate among Saudi citizens, particularly among young people. The government has introduced a number of programs aimed at creating job opportunities for young people, such as the National Transformation Program and the Human Resources Development Fund. These initiatives are aimed at developing the skills of the Saudi workforce and reducing the country's reliance on foreign labor. Another challenge facing the Saudi economy is the need to diversify its export base. While the country has been successful in diversifying its economy in terms of domestic production, it still relies heavily on oil exports for its foreign exchange earnings. The government has identified a number of sectors that have the potential to become new export industries, such as tourism, healthcare, and logistics. Developing these sectors will require significant investment and the development of new infrastructure. The history of Saudi Arabia's company is closely tied to the country's oil industry, which has been the cornerstone of the economy for decades. However, in recent years, the government has been taking steps towards economic diversification with the aim of reducing the country's dependence on oil exports. The drive for diversification presents significant challenges, but also opportunities for foreign investors and Saudi citizens alike. As the country continues on this path, it will be important to address the challenges and seize the opportunities presented by this new era in the country's history.